Shalom, Bezrat Hashem. DaNiiEL part 8 in our video series here. Nebuchadnezzar Malka, Nebuchadnezzar the king, Lechol Amemaya Umaya V'Lishanaya, to all of the nations, kingdoms, and languages or tongues.
Everyone who spoke,
Di Dayarin, that are dwelling, Bechol Ara, that are dwelling in all the land. Shelamchon Yizge, your shalom, your peace, to translate, but English is funny like that. Peace, and whole, being whole is complete, but whole is also empty, and peace is, whatever, to not get involved with that, but shalom is translated as peace. Shlamchon Yiske. Whatever they were lacking, it was complete, it was a good time. I think that Nebuchadnezzar is saying this to them, I don't know what, it's like a weird sentence structure.
Trying to convince them that things are good,
Right. Oh, is this like a letter that is now being sent out to all of the kingdom, and Nebuchadnezzar is going to recount what just happened, this miracle that he saw?
About all these people surviving.
Right. Okay.
Is it?
Right, so it's saying...
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Just to tie back, I'm sorry, to the last video, because we learned that they were saved from the fire.
Yeah.
Is it safe to assume that a malach also came down and saved Abraham from the fire?
Interesting, yeah. That would be a good way to do it, because it would go into detail in one situation, and then you would apply that situation in other places.
I'm asking, I don't know, you would have to confirm with someone, but I mean, it makes sense.
Or there, God said that
was Abraham
Hashem
himself able to just, no. Or
right.
He was able to summon the angels, I guess.
But there, God, apparently, God, him herself, as we would say, is Hashem Echad, of course, and so apparently that Hashem saved Abraham personally. I think I remember hearing something like that, whatever that means, not through any angels like it was by Mitzrayim. We have to see. That's a good question, though.
So
add that to the list.
I guess the answer to my question is no, that it's not safe to assume that because an angel saved these four people that...
Interesting, yeah. What would it be? What would that say if it's God personally, whatever that means, or if it's through an angel? Right. And this angel was seen by Nebuchadnezzar himself, who saw that he was this godly...
It was three people that were saved, and the fourth person was an angel. Yeah.
Right, who was there, and what that means, it's a great point. We'll see. So it says, this is essentially the language that Nebuchadnezzar is sending to all of the kingdoms, essentially sending out this letter. Shlamchon Yiske, may your peace increase. Athia v'thim haya. Otot v'moftim.
Yiske is increased, right?
Yiske. Ke'erez balvanon yiske, and is even used in the text in Tehillim. Firmly become rooted and increase, multiply.
Where does that word
Sagi in Aramaic is always the targum of the word rabbe, to increase. There's a difference between gadol and rav, but the targum connects them by saying sagi.
Multiply essentially? No, not even.
Yeah, yiske is to multiply. But obviously there's different words. There's lirbot, liskot. Then what's the difference between all of these things? We could take a look.
Should just increase, right? Sagi,
I don't know why yeah, okay.
It's got a sin, a gimel. It's interesting.
Okay, apparently we're getting more definitions by the Malbim for the meaning of otot and moftim, but essentially the Gra says otot are signs that you will say, a futuristic thing. Vitim haya is tameh, tameh with a tet, not with a tav, not with a tet, which is impure, but tameh. Tama is he was astounded. When you see a nature-changing miracle, that shocks you. That's Tim Haya, these shocking miracles. Diavad imi, that made with me, Elaha ila'a, the God that is Elyon, above the physical. Where the word al and elate and elevation and these kinds of things mean above. So it says, Shefar kadamai lehachawaya. This is used in that song. Shfar kadamach lehachabaya. It's used in the Piyut in Shabbat. So, but Nebuchadnezzar is saying that it's fitting for me to reveal and make known to you the miracles of God now. It's interesting what's going on. Why is he feeling the need to do this, or whatever this is? Athohi kema Rav Rabin, v'thimohi kema takifin. This is like poetic language, so you could make a space in between them and make them parallel one another. Like athohi kama Rav Rabin, v'thimohi kama takifin. God's otot, these signs and wondrous symbols and futuristic things. Yeah, you could tab it out. And are so numerous, Rav Ravin, are numerous and great, v'timhohi, and his nature-changing miracles, and it has Hashem hiding here backwards, but Hashem's nature-changing miracles, kema takifin, how mighty are they? Like, not asking, but saying there is nothing as mighty as... Malchuteh, malchut alam. God's kingdom is a kingdom that is like forever.
Greatness, right?
Takif is strong, yeah. And in plural, takifin, that they are strong. So, Malchuteh, God's kingdom, Malchut Shelo, Malchut Alam, is the kingdom forever. Veshalteh, right, end of the world. Veshaltineh, Veshaletane, and God's dominion by force, Melech, kingdom, is only by the will of the people. Rav Moshe Shapir Zatzal.
That's a word in a prayer in Shehal Shaltan.
Shalton milfanecha, yeah. And that's where the word sultan comes from, sultan, like a ruler by force, a sultan who rules by force. A king is by the will of the people. Shilton is a moshel by force, essentially. So God is called a king, specifically, not a moshel. Vishaltin, although God can, of course, moshel b'chol, b'chol mashallah, as David says. Vishaltineh im dar vadar, and God's dominion and power is with every single generation, or rules in every single generation, even by force, apparently. So God could intervene at any point, or is orchestrating different things. Again, God is good and orchestrating the greatest good, and right, and they're like parallel, so creating like a space between them.
Thing, yeah. Tab it out, right?
Right. Ana Nebuchadnezzar, I would put on one line. That Revi is a strong thing. Shaleh havethi bevethi. Okay, v'ra'anan behechali. Shaleh havethi bevethi. I think that means weak I was in my house and strong I was in my kingdom. Now, let me see if that's what that means. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was living serenely in my house. Oh, shaleh is like shalva, I guess. Shalva. It's like one ot from being the word shalva.
It's weird.
Shaleh haveti. Shalav haiti, yeah. So he's saying, I was living in serenity in my house. V'ra'anan behechali. And ra'anan is like joyously. How would that be translated?
Yeah.
Flourishing in my palace. Etz ra'anan. The language is a tree that's very leafy green, like super flourishing. Yeah, I guess that's a good word, a good translation.
I mean, where can we break down that word?
And the Malbim says shalva has to do with internal, and that's why beveti and ra'anan is external, like a tree that presents to all. That's an external kind of thing. Behechali, with the kingdom and with everything like that. Interesting. Shalva is on the inside, and ra'anan is on the outside. Okay. Chalam chazeit v'yidechalinani. A dream I saw, and it scared me. V'har horin al mishkavi. A dream I saw, and it terrified me. V'har horin, and all these thoughts I thought on my bed. V'har horin al mishkavi. V'chezvei roshi yivahalunani. And the visions of my head have scared me and made me like speechless and left me bewildered, I guess would be the translation. Let me see. The dream that I fried me, and the thoughts in my bed and the vision of my mind alarmed me. That's how they're translating that.
No, that's not related, right?
Right. I mean, it may be related because it's the same symbols, but I don't know how to connect them at the moment. Right. Libahel is to like become very scared or to be shocked by something.
And so what's the Bahalot? What was that?
La behala is,
Oh,
is
yeah.
to nothingness or something like that. Like hevel, I thought, is more like all of these things are connected. We have to really examine. We'll see what that is. Right. Chalom haziti vehipil alay moraba pachad. The Malbim al mishkavi. Ideas that truly are terrifying, shake you to the core. Vechazvei roshi v'haluni shachar kach amdu leneged einayich chazionot mavhilim. Chizionot mavhilim shenidme li she'ani ro'eh chizionot nora'im u'mavhilim. Okay. I don't know what that's really saying. The end of that, at least the beginning I got. But ve'im ala pachta. Okay. Basically, Nebuchadnezzar is recapping that fiasco of the dream. Yeah, maybe all the events, but we'll see. Right. So that all of these things terrified me. Umini sim ta'im, and from me was placed a ta'am, a like request, ta'im, a direction or a directive. Lahan ala kodamai lekol hakimei Bavel, to raise up and bring them before me, to all of the wise of Bavel, lekol hakimei Bavel, di feshar helma yehod unani, that the meaning of the dream they should make known to me. So he's like changing the event now. Here you're seeing how history is recorded. You're getting a glimpse into it. Here he's saying that the interpretation of the dream they're going to make known to me, meaning I knew the dream. But no, he didn't know the dream, he didn't know the interpretation.
It's recorded already earlier in the book that he did not know the dream.
Right, so it's interesting. We're getting like an inside glimpse into how the king of the world, would change the actual event.
He doesn't want to make him seem...
Exactly, that is the whole thing. It's this image or what you're trying to project. Khartumaya,
Wow, that is. Go over that one more time. The lyrically, the way that it spoke, that he spoke. Sorry.
From which part? Umini sim
Chalam chazit, like.
Right, chalam chazith, a dream I saw, v'yida halinani, and it scared me. That's the targum of the word yirah. V'harhorin al mishkavi, and these different thoughts, like har. I don't know if that's like hurry, maybe like those kinds of words, just quickly, rapidly thinking, right?
They were rushing around, maybe they were rushing, these thoughts were rushing.
Yeah, while I was laying in bed, like the restless, like people in bed, all of a sudden they're thinking about everything that they did wrong, whatever it is, God forbid, or just thinking about all these thoughts.
Conversation that you had in third grade.
Exactly, those kinds of things, right? So, v'hezvei roshi, and the visions that I saw inside my head, yivahalunani, they actually like scared me, maybe. This is like scaring in real life, like paranoid or something. These visions were driving me crazy. Umini sim te'em, and from me was placed this order decree. Lahan Allah, we have the word la'alot. Lahan Allah kodamai, to bring up before me, kodem oti, like kodem, right? Lechol hakimei Bavel, to all of the wise ones of Bavel. Di feshar helma, that the meaning of the dream, yehod unani, that the meaning of the dream they should make known to me.
So again, he's already insinuating that he knew the dream, what it was.
Yeah, he's now changing history, or whatever, what this effect is. But as you said, he's looking out for his image. He doesn't want to admit that he forgot even the dream and all these kinds of things. This way they could say he's like Paro, that Paro forgot the dream. Forgot the interpretation, but knew the dream. Okay. But it said, so now they're explaining Bedain and then Alin, and it's written with two lameds, which is interesting. Like one lamed is silent, apparently, whatever this means. Alin hartumaya ashfaya kazda'e. Right, it's flipped. Right, it's another Korean ktiv that's flipped. V'gazraya, and these decreers who make the rules. V'chelma Amar ana kodameon. Yeah, here he's saying the dream I told before them. Ufishra lo mehod inunli, and the interpretation they are not making known to me. Ve'ad ahoren al and ad. Interesting. What like ve'ad ahoren, and until the very last thing that took place, or the last one. Al kadamai DaNiiEL.
Until
Ve'ad oharein, up until, I guess it would be translated, right? Yeah. In a related.
Up until the last one.
Finally, right? The English translation here, right? Finally, DaNiiEL, right? Okay. Al kodamai DaNiiEL, arrived before me was DaNiiEL. Dishme Belteshazzar, that his name is Belteshazzar, that he changed it to be the name of his idolatry or whatever it is. Kishum Elahi, right, like the name of my God, right?
Like you just said.
Yeah. V'di ruach elahin kadishin be, that the spirit of gods in the plural here, kadishin, that are holy and separate. Kadosh is the kuf, that's one of the two symbols, right? Separate, elevated. Kadishin be, that he has this separate, unique spirit of gods here within him, because he's pagan. He's just believing in all these gods, right? Vehelma kodamohi amreth, and the dream before him I said, Belteshazzar, and Belteshazzar Rav Hartumaya, who is the head of all of the dark magicians, which is very interesting. Is this DaNiiEL or is this another Belteshazzar? Because he would call many people after his god or something.
Maybe he's actually referring to the actual Belteshazzar who he's named after.
Oh, right.
Belteshazzar Rav Hartumedi. AHAVA. No, he told his knowledge. No, he's referring to
oh, wow. He's making it as if it's his god that is spoke through DaNiiEL. Belteshazzar is his god, apparently.
That's
who spoke
why he
through
made
DaNiiEL.
it a point to say that his name first is DaNiiEL, that his actual name is not Belshazzar. And he's telling, if this is what he's still in the letter. So he's still, right? He's still publicizing this event. So he's telling him, this is my guy DaNiiEL, and he was kind of, again, I guess, the Shmei Belshazzar, in the name of Belshazzar, Kishum Elahi, like, that his name was Belshazzar, Kishum Elahi, like my God, right? And basically, Belshazzar Rav Hartumi. Oh, see, but no, I think it's actually saying DaNiiEL. DaNiiEL was the head of that.
Yeah, it sounds like he is speaking about him.
He's not saying that Belshazzar spoke through DaNiiEL. I don't know. He was just saying that DaNiiEL was named in the name of his God. He's not saying specifically.
Right. Could be, yeah, absolutely. So
of his entity. I want to stop using the word God.
Belteshazzar Hartumaya, di ana yad'it di ruach elahin kadishin bach. Di ana yad'it, that I personally know and experienced that ruach Elohim, the spirit of Elohim, the spirit of gods. I mean, I don't know if it's interesting, is he monotheistic? Does he know that Elohim is a name sort of in plural, but at the same time, Elohim bara, it says that in singular, bara Elohim. Meaning, if it's plural, if God is plural, then it should be bar'u, but it says bara specifically, the sage was pointing out. So anyway, I don't know if he knows that, but whatever. If he's viewing that it's multitude of gods, so the spirit of the gods that are unique, set apart, is in him. It's like turning to him, bach. It should be bo, really. It's so weird, all these nuances and what's really going on. And the text would have like these Masorah circles, meaning this is not a typo, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. And then you could ask, what are all these things teaching? Okay, but it says, V'chol raz lo anisle, and every secret is not hidden or held back from him. Chezvei helmi, the visions of my dream, dechazith ufishre emar. The visions of my dream that I saw and its interpretation, emar, he told me.
Oh,
or if he's commanding him to tell him. V'chezvei roshi al mishkavi, and now he's explaining what was the actual vision, and the visions in my head that were on my bed. It rhymes in English, okay?
Yeah, but there he just said, oh, he told me to say the vision and the perush. So what? How does that contradict his?
Here, maybe he slipped up. I don't know what it's saying. Yeah, it's so strange, Now it sounds like he's admitting that really the dream he
didn't know.
Told and the interpretation. Yeah, before he's making it like I knew it, the dream, whatever the significance of these things are. But it says, Hazi habith ve'alu ilain bego ar'a virume sagi. Oh, ve'alu ilan. So, Hazeh haveth, seeing you were, Ve'alu ilan, and a tree, right? Haga ilanot, and a tree. Bego ara, there was a giant tree.
Ve'alu.
Right. Let's see what ve'alu.
Maybe
in my. Okay.
It was just ilaning, maybe like alu.
Ve'alu ilan. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and I saw a tree of great height. No, that's not a good translation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, alu. Maybe it's an adjective describing the ilan. It's like
Right.
like a very high up there ilan. The alu.
Vehine. Ve'alu.
Wow.
Alu is like look, I guess. What is that?
And it was.
Behold, yeah. It's like alu is like alo, like wake
Alo.
up, look at this, you know.
And behold.
Ve'alu, yeah, like ilan, a tree that is bego ara, that is inside the land, inside the earth. Verume sagi, and its height is tremendously high. Veraba ilana utakif rume, and giant is this tree and super strong. And then he's going to say verume yimtel yishmaya, and its height goes out, arrives to the heavens, like it's a okay. Vechazote lesof kol arab, and its vision is seen until the ends of all the earth. Wherever you are, you could see that whatever this means. The known land. Yeah.
No, I was watching a video similar. Like, did he actually see the connection between heaven and earth? Like, was he able to see that in his dream? Like.
Well, no, that's why I don't know if this is a new dream or if he's like making up a thing about the first event, or this is now a second event with a different dream. All of a sudden, it's like switching to this. So it's very strange. Let's see. No, it doesn't sound like, I don't know if this is a new event, but he sees this tree that grew, it grew, and again, the top is reaching the heavens, its visibility to the ends of the earth. Techothohi titalel hevat bera. Under it, afye shapir. Its leaves are beautiful. Like anaf, or its branches. What is that? It's foliage, yeah. Foliage, sorry. Its foliage was beautiful. Ve'inbe sagi, and its fruit was many, numerous. Sagi, right? Umazon lechola be, and sustenance to all the living was in this one tree. Techothohi, under this tree, Titalel chevath bera, will chill out the animals of the field. Titalel is like will be cooled off in the shade, under the tree's shade, right? Titalel hevat bera.
It's funny. It's got like two lamens, you know.
Yeah, it's like high up.
Yeah, high up, like
branches, something.
Something about it just like looks like it wants to flow in the wind, you know. The only way that word that is written.
Yeah, that does confirm that. Okay. Uve'an pohi yiduran sipare shmaya. Ve'an pohi. What does ve'an pohi mean? Anaf is a branch. Yeah, so. Ube'an poi, and in its branches, because it should have been ve'al an poi. If it's on the branches, what does it mean in the branches? Maybe.
Yiduran.
Yaduru is like to dwell. Yeduran tzipare shmaya, the birds of the heavens.
Wow.
Umine yitazan kol bisra, and from it will be sustained yitzin. Thank you. Kol bisra, all the living flesh, all the people. Chazi havit behezve roshi al mishkavi. Seeing was I.
Kol like basar.
Kol basar, yeah, bisra, exactly. Chaze havith. Behezwe reishi, seeing was I in the visions of my head on my bed. Again, it's so interesting. Who talks like this? Ve'alu, and here the same word. And behold, ir wekadish min shmaya nachit. Ir is a city in biblical Hebrew, but I don't know if it's something else here now in Aramaic. A holy watcher coming down from the heavens. ואילו עיר, הזיתי הביט, ועלו עיר וקדיש מן שמיים. שירד מן שמיים מלאך שנקרא עיר וקדיש. This angel's name is עיר and קדיש. עיר הוא המלאך הממונה להוציא הדבר אל הפועל. עיר is the name of the angel overseeing bringing a thing out into the world, into action. וקדיש הוא המלאך הגבוה ממנו. He's an angel that is higher than him. המשפיע עליו, that is giving him energy or power. בעניין שראה את השוטר והשופט עמו. Shira, what? That he saw the police. Shoter in modern Hebrew is police, but shoter is the attribute of justice, and shofet is, well, shoter is enforcing the justice. Shofet is the actual judge. Imo. Okay, so that's so weird. Let's see what. That's the Malbim, or just Rashi. V'hine malach shehu ir le'olam v'kadosh. Or maybe er le'olam. He's air is like lehitorer, to awaken, that awakens the world. I mean, I think that the presence of an actual angel was truly terrifying. Like that's why DaNiiEL fainted whenever you experience a true angel up front. Its sound, its voice is like it's like a million people speaking at the same time. It's like the craziest thing. Like what they say.
Chorus, right? A chorus of angels. I guess that's what
oh, interesting. Yeah. But that's only one angel, apparently. Like, an angel is actually like this giant being. It's not, unless obviously it can compress, like God can contract into the smallest space, whatever these things mean. We have to see, really. Okay, but that's so interesting. The Malbim really explains a bunch of the names of angels here and stuff. Let's see what. Malach v'kadosh. Ear, this Targum is like changing the word ear for malach. That's so interesting. What is the connection here?
Maybe they have to have the force of a city. Or maybe again, it was just his...
Yeah, maybe the force of an entire city.
What are you saying? His name is Ir V'Kadish, right? That's what you said, Ir V'Kadish? That was his name? Literally?
Yeah, the Malbim writes it like that, right? Hine malach machriv. This is an angel of destruction. The Metzudot David saying specifically that. Metzudot David. Wait, that was... So let's see on Malach Ir Malach HaMachri Vehu Milashon Aru Aru. Oh, and Tehillim Kuf Yud Zayin. That's when they destroyed Chas v'Shalom Yerushalayim, the Edom over there. It says Aru Aru Ad HaYesod Ba, which Aru Aru, it sounds like that chant, that drunken chant, like Aru Aru, you know, like that, like keep destroying it, keep, you know. There's different targums on that word, which all of them are not good. Chas v'Shalom. So Ir has to do with a angel of destruction specifically, which is okay. So let's see. Ir v'Kadish, an angel means Shmaya Nachit, is to go down.
V'Kadish, like and the purifier, like essentially, no.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Ir, or maybe Ir is the angel that God is sending into the world. V'Kadish is God who is in the heavens, like controlling the angel, essentially. I mean, and God is Kadosh, you know, Kadish.
What about if his name was Ir, V'Kadish means Shemaya, like that's what he did. V'Kadish means Shemaya, he brought the heavenly Kedusha or something, I don't know.
But then it would be phrased in a different way, I guess.
It would. What's that last phrase mean?
Nahit means to go down, descended.
V'Kadish, yeah, so I mean it would make sense.
From the heavens, descended, yeah.
Yeah. Min Shemaya descended the Kedusha, the Kaddish. The Kaddish means Shemaya, the Kedusha.
Well, the thing is, the Kaddish has those two dots, which is a strong pause, meaning like it's not connected to the Min Shemaya. Yeah, no, the Te'amim is that exact thing, because without the Te'amim, we wouldn't know where to break and where to connect.
Absolutely.
As the Chberat Tigan, right? Menachem via the Bar Park bookstore that he brought me there, Baruch Hashem. Okay, so it says Kareh be'Hail, that he called out with tremendous power, v'chen amar, and so he said, this angel, Godu ilana v'katzitzu anfohi. Godu is to cut the tree, to chop it down. V'katzitzu is to shorten its branches. So what's the difference between these words? Both of them would be like cut. hew down. All right, let's see, Rashi.
Is he just totally changing the dream that he had? Like,
That's why I don't know if it's recalling the first
dream,
thing or it's just a new event. And maybe that's why that pause was there, because it literally takes a crazy shift into something completely different. It didn't even have anything to do with that.
Yeah, maybe, I guess not probably, but maybe after this event, like, that's it. DaNiiEL became his, like, official dream interpreter, and he became the leader of the Dark Magicians, and that's it. Like,
right. So it's so interesting, like, why DaNiiEL is... I mean, he would appoint him there because he has powers that none of them had. Not that DaNiiEL's a dark magician, to make it clear to anybody. I mean, he must have known, of course, of how to do all of the dark magic for sure, but DaNiiEL, who's considered a tzaddik, is one who does not go and do things that go against God's will, which is commanded in the Torah, which is to not associate with dark, not do black magic and things like that. But we know those things are real.
He led these people.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, which maybe could be good. Maybe he's teaching them. I mean, trying whatever it is. But let's see. Going on Malbim, please save us. Let's see. Okay. Godu ilana. Kartu et hailan. Literally cut it off from its roots. Vekatzitzu anfoi hema anafim agdolim is to trim them, break them down. Athru afye. Hashiru et haseifim haktanim hayotzim min ha'anafim she'aleim yigdelu ha'peirot. Okay, athru afye are apparently the parts of the fruit that are going to then flower or have the fruit come out. And so don't touch the fruitfulness of the tree, but cut down the branches.
Essentially.
Right. Scatter its fruit. Athru afye uvadru inbe. Leave the budding flowers or the budding branches.
Athru, throw it away. No?
Athru. Yeah, that's what they said in English, to scatter. So maybe it is, like throw. Athru. Yeah, that's interesting if it is that. But the Malbim is saying apparently it means to leave it, from what I understand, to leave them alone. What does it say here? Athru. Hashiru. Yeah, it's like leave it. Let it be, yeah. Hashiru et haseifim aktanim. Leave them there. So not to throw. I mean, you could now... It's like not to throw it away. Uvadru.
Hashir, yeah. Hashiru, hathiru.
Badru is the targum of the word pazer, because the bet and the pay interchange, because there's a white bet hiding in the pay, right? In Aramaic and the Torah. So pazer, bader. And also the dalet and zayin interchange. So pazer, the targum is levader. So ubadru inbe, and scatter its fruit. Tanud haywatha.
Anavim, no, anavim. Inbe is...
Well, that would be with an ayin. Inbe, like with an aleph in Aramaic, is simply for all fruit, which is interesting, though it does sound similar. Like anav, ayin nun bet, and aleph nun bet. Tanud haywatha min tochtoi, may be moved the animals, haywatha, that are living. Chayot hasadeh, chayot haaretz, min tachtoi, from under this tree, v'tzipraya min anfoi, and the birds will then be moved from its branches. Beram ikar sharshoi, but the essence of the roots, be'ar'a shevuku, leave. So while you're cutting down, you chopped off the top half of the tree, essentially, and you cut the big branches, leave the budding flowers that will then make fruit. I guess even if you chop a tree, you could still produce the fruit for those things. I don't know what all these things are teaching. But then, ikar sharshoi, but the essence of the roots of the tree are still going to be left in the land, like a tree stump, and from that can actually grow the tree again, whatever if the conditions are right. Ube'esor di parzel unechash.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, pruning and stuff. You can prune.
Di bera ubatil shmaya yitztaba. Okay, I guess as you progress, the difficulty level gets progressively more challenging. So let's see. Ube'esor, and with esor is like lachavosh, and with equipping yourself with iron and copper utensils, I guess. Beditha'a dibera, with the grass of the field. Let me just make sure that... okay. but leave the stump with the roots in the ground and fetters of iron and bronze.
I guess all the clean kalim they need to like wash something to conquer something.
Let me see if Rashi writes, ikar shorshav henichu be'esor di barzel tanu raglav b'kiblei barzel kashem sheosin lesus shemenichin oto be'efer kach kibloi aram b'detha be'esev hasadeh kalomar be'achu shelo yazuz misham yitzteba yehe sharui tamid leshon tevila chalku. Okay. Very difficult on one hand. Ubetel shmaya yitzteba, and in the shadow of the heavens it will be placed. I guess that's how, right? But leave the stump with its roots in the ground, the fetters of iron, but let him be drenched with the dew of the heavens and share the earth's verdure with the beasts. What? Be'esev ve'im hewatha chalake ba'esev ar'a. I think, from what I remember, that this is a dream about Nebuchadnezzar. Then was like sent away. He was on top of the world, and then God essentially sends him away to go and live and be like an animal. Essentially, go and live with the beasts of the field. He's gonna grow out his hair, his nails. He's gonna become literally like a wild creature. From what I remember now. It's coming back. Tanud is interesting, could be, but to nod, like nod your head, nav and nod, that Hashem said to Cain, that you're going to be a wanderer, you're going to be moving from place to place. Okay, so let's see. Right, okay. I guess it's speaking about Nebuchadnezzar as this tree that is going to be sort of chopped down, but not the roots. He's still going to become king, or he still is king somehow. Okay. It says his dwelling place, his shadow will be under the heavens of the earth, which is like how every animal sleeps, which is outside, that the roof is the heavens are your roof. The heavens are your, yeah. And you provide the shadow. And with the animals of the fields, be'esev ar'a, you're going to eat like grass of the earth. You're going to eat, right, like literally like an animal. Livve min enasha yishanun, his mind and heart will change from all different people, right? This is not a normal, like I guess it's saying like most people can't do this or won't do this. Ulevav cheva yithyahivle, and a mind of a serpent will be given to him. What is that? And the mind,
is he a reptilian?
And let him be given the mind of a beast. Here it doesn't even say serpent.
Nebuchadnezzar is a reptilian.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see.
Live
hayad, a heart. Oh, chivya is not. It's not chivya. It's chewa, which is just an animal, like chewatha. So I guess it's masculine, feminine conjugation of animal in Aramaic. I guess again, assuming Aramaic is this other language and everything. שבתוך השיגעון הזה יהיה 7 שנויים שישתנה עליו החולי מהון. Okay, I'm not really sure what's actually going on here. Let's see if by continuing we'll be able to get the full picture and come back and try to also like learn the whole thing in context. Okay. V'shiva idanin yichlefun aloi, and 7 different periods will take place over him in this condition. Bigzerat irin pitkama umeamar kadishin she'elatha. Again, this parallel language, usually some kind of prophetic words are always seen as like these parallels. With the decree of these angels, apparently, these destructive angels, is the word, pitkam, this information, uma'amar, and the saying of kadishin she'elatha. And the saying of the ones that are kadosh and holy is the she'elah, which is different than a bakasha, which is, the Gra explains, Ramosh Pirzal, basically shelas for yourself. So a saying, yeah.
It looks like to me what he's saying is that umeimar kadishin, like the words of Hashem are their doing. Like this is what they exist for, basically. Sheilata, like that's their question. Like their only question is like what Hashem speaks. No? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he desires, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, essentially, like that's what he.
Right, the
only
word
question
of
that
the
he
heaven.
wants, the only question that he has is what can I do for Hashem? Like is the words of Hashem, essentially.
Right.
Me'amar Hashem, yeah. I mean that's.
So he's saying like ad divrat diindun hayaya, until the thing or the matter that will know all the living, dishalit ila b'malchut enasha, that the alien god essentially is the ruler of the kingdom of man, that I guess he's like giving up his kingdom and saying God crowns kings, and he's going to prove it by leaving the kingdom essentially now and becoming like an animal, living in the fields and whatever, because this is apparently the message that God told him, or again.
Still in the dream, still.
Yeah, if this is the dream, right? Dishalit ila'a, the one who's
Above.
elevated, right? Al hakol, above everything. B'malchut anasha, in the kingdom of man and humanity. Uleman di yitzbe yitnina, and whatever he wants, he will give. He will give to people. Ushval anashim yakim aleh, in the lowest among people, God can raise up above all.
Allah, it says, I mean.
Right, Allah specifically.
Allah.
Right, with a ayin. They're saying probably with an aleph.
Allah.
Yeah.
With the hey also,
Allah,
hey,
yeah. So, just to confirm that we're reading that right, the sentence decreed by the Watchers. Interesting. Like, who is this English translation?
The Watchers.
Yeah, in capital too. This verdict is commanded by the Holy One, so that the creatures may know that the Most High is sovereign over the realm of man, and he gives to whom he wishes, and he may set over it even the lowest of men. Yeah, this English is like flipping it. It's not word for word literal, but alright, that's what we got right now. So, Dina Chel Machazit. This is the dream that I saw. Ana Malka Nebuchadnezzar. I, the king Nebuchadnezzar.
It does raise the question, did he actually see the dream? Does he remember the dream, or did he just ask God? Yeah, like it is funny.
Yeah, we can't tell right now if this is a recollection of that initial event that he just completely changed entirely, or if this is a completely new event. So it says, Ve'ant Belteshazzar, and you Belteshazzar, Pishre Emar. Its meaning, tell me. Kol kovil di kol hakimei malchuti lo yachlin pishre lehod othani. Yeah, I guess it is kind of, he literally changed the whole thing. He didn't want it to seem like it's falling down. He wanted it to seem like it's a temporary thing, but I don't know, what are all these things teaching? But he says, all while opposite this, like, why am I telling you to tell me the dream? Because kol koveldi, all because of opposite what you see, receiving what, right, that all of the wise of my kingdom, lo yachlin, are not able, the pishra, the interpretation, lehod uthani, to make known to me. Ve'ant, and you, and you, kahel, you are able, like Yechol almost. It's that's what they said. Kahel, di ruach elahin kadishin bach, that the spirit of the gods that is holy is in you. Edain DaNiiEL, and then DaNiiEL, dishme Belteshazzar, that his name is Belteshazzar, eshtomam kesha'ah hada. He was like confounded for 1 second. Again, he's literally changed the whole event.
It's a new event right now?
Yeah. Well, meaning like he's not telling what happened. He's changing.
Counting the events. Yeah,
he's like changing everything. I mean, he's moving and telling something, but yeah, it's like okay. And Belshazzar was perplexed for a while. So he's like, that's what it says. He's ruining the whole event. He's not giving the proper credit and respect to what
Belshazzar.
to Belshazzar, to God, to the truth of what happened and everything. Again, a great example that the leaders.
Are you sure? Like you think DaNiiEL got the answer right away?
Well, DaNiiEL told him. Well, firstly, he said, "Bring me up to the king." He said, "Give me 3 days." Maybe that's what he's referring to. Perplexed him for a while, but he said, "Give me 3 days. We're going to pray to God." And then when he came back, he said it. So I don't know.
Oh, so now we're saying that he's recounting that same event.
Right, but we already saw that he changed the fact that he said that he knew the dream, which he didn't know the dream. That's already the first lie. The second thing is already he just changed the whole thing. It's not a statue.
Then he went back on his lie. What are you saying? He was openly admitting it after that?
He lied twice, went back on it once seemingly, or caught himself slipping, saying the thing as if like he knew both things. But now all of a sudden he's going into saying that there's no statue anymore. There's no rock that threw and shattered the statue and nothing was left or whatever it was. Now all of a sudden there's this giant tree and everybody's, all...
Again, so that's why it's seemingly a different account. It's different.
But it's not, because it's this event that he's saying, because this whole thing is the exact language of that event. Like, I called all of the people, they couldn't explain it to me, and then I had to call, unless the same kind of thing happened the second time, which then why would he already then go to all of them?
He would already have...
Right, so I think it is recalling. Again, we'll see. We still don't know until we confirm.
Very interesting language.
Yeah, it's all
clear.
It's all cryptic. It's one of the most cryptic books of Tanakh. There literally is
very clear at all.
No Targum, right.
Especially there's a bunch of different word changes.
Right.
Tanakh, Arach, and one sentence, Mari, all of them.
Yeah. So, Eshtomam kesha'a hada, like a single moment. V'ra'ayonohi yibahalune, and his thoughts and again, what's the difference between chezyonot and ra'ayonot, and his counsel was like scaring him. Ane malka ve'amar, and answers the king and says, like scared me, like lebahel, yeah. It's interesting, yeah, like behala is like too quickly to nothing. I don't know exactly what it means. We have to see. Hevel was quick. He was just there for like a day and vanished. God forbid. He killed him and whatever it was.
And he was saying while Belshazzar was taking his time, his own thoughts were scaring him.
Yeah. Belshazzar helma ufishre al yivahalu. He's making it like he's God. Again, it's so amazing. He says Belshazzar. Firstly, when someone calls you by name, that's like they're already above you in a way, kind of. Whatever. Belshazzar, Helma Ufishra al Yivahalach. There is some kind of concept that when you know someone's name, the name is like, now you call them by name, it's like, I have...
By a nickname, though. No, by nickname is I've heard is you're taking away from the real power of their name. So.
Right, if you nickname disrespectfully, right here, you're right. He did give him this whole name anyway. So, but yeah, whatever. Skipping that, he's just saying like Belshazzar, Helma ufishra al yevahalach. The dream and the interpretation, let it not scare you. Like he himself was petrified in all these. It's so funny. Ane Belshazzar ve'amar, answers Belshazzar and says, Mari, which is my master, as we learn in the Aleph Bet, the whole end, the Atbas section. Marie. Right, Mari, Helma lisonach. This dream should be for your haters. It's not for you. It's not a good dream, essentially. Ufishra le'arach. With the ayin, I'm sorry. What is the difference now? Le'arach.
Maybe ear. Maybe again.
This is very hard.
Maybe
I don't want to keep going back and forth.
Maybe that's ear with the yud, no?
And it's meaning for your foe. That's how it is in English. The dream for your haters and the meaning for your foes. What does that mean? Yeah.
I don't know.
Chelma lesonach ufishre le'oivach.
Yeah.
May that dream be fulfilled in them and not in you, essentially. Okay, we'll see what this is. We're trying to make sense. Maybe it'll all become clear at the end of this section. Ilanadi chazith, this tree that you saw, diraba utakif, that is tremendous and strong. Not only is it big, but it's actually super strong. Verumeh yamte lishmaya, and its height arrives at the heavens, to outside the heavens. Vehazotheh lechol ara, and you saw it, that it's for all the land. Ve'afyeh shapir, and its branches are beautiful. Ve'inbe,
Sharper, shapir.
interesting, shapir, maybe sharp, like scrambling, yeah. Ve'apyeh shapir, ve'inbe sagi, so its branches are beautiful. Shapir is beautiful in Aramaic. Ve'inbe, one of the words. Ve'inbe sagi, and its fruit is numerous, plentiful. Yeah, that's a good word. Umazon lechol habe tochtoi, and umazon lechol habe, and sustenance for all is in it, in this one tree. Tochtohi, under this tree, tadur hewat bera, will dwell the animals of the field. Ubeanpohi, and in its branches, yishkenan siparei shmaya, will dwell and live. Again, what's the difference between tadur and yishkon, tziporei shmaya, the birds of the heavens? All of these things, yeah.
Branches, anaf and kanaf are so similar as well.
Anaf, kanaf, that's a good point.
It's literally like anaf, like a kaf. You turn the ayin on its side and cut off the tail. It's a kaf, It's like...
Yeah. There is a kaf also in the ayin as well, in different
Anaf
ways.
is for the etz. That's what it is. Anaf is ayetz with the ayin, and kanaf is for the...
Right.
For the flying.
For the flying. Yeah. All right. It's so strange here. Okay. And you, again saying, and hu malka, you are the king, di reviat ut tekafat. You are the king that, you're essentially that tree, that you've increased and you've become extremely powerful. You're not only giant and numerous in number, but you're also extremely strong. Urevuta rabat umata lishmaya, and your greatness is increasing and arriving to the very heavens. Vishil tanach lesof ara, and your might is to all, your dominion is to the ends of earth. Like, your greatness arrives to the very highest heavens. I mean, he was literally called God's servant, like Nebuchadnezzar, like God said, again, God forbid all these kinds of things, but his dominion is to the end of the earth. He was fulfilling
God's will. He was fulfilling God's will. And again, if you're saying that if he was really called God's servant, it could be that he actually did it the way that Hashem intended it to be, and not just
right. We have to see.
Paro, like he got a harsh.
But I don't know if he veered off or not, though. We don't know.
Paro got a harsh punishment because he went
off
more hardcore. He didn't have to be as harsh to the Jewish people, to Am Yisrael while he had them in Egypt. Maybe Nebuchadnezzar literally did everything in respect to Hashem because I don't know. Maybe he just respected Hashem in a certain way. I don't know.
Right.
We don't know why.
Right. So it's saying that
because he saw it firsthand. Again, he saw what Hashem did firsthand. He was living while the temple was a thing. He was obviously the king of other armies while the temple was built. He saw the miracles of God. So like, he was just enacting God's will. Yeah. Right. I don't know. I'll continue. Sorry.
No. So, yeah, it's so strange what's going on and all these kinds of things. All right, so it says, okay.
Where were we? Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just adjusting something here. Okay, yeah, so it says, so now DaNiiEL is saying that this is really speaking about you and your kingdom. And V'dicha za malka, and that which saw the king.
I think we missed a little. I'm sorry. I think we interrupted. V'shal tanach l'sof ara.
Right, shilton. To be to the ends of the earth.
Yes.
Right.
V'dicha, sorry.
No problem. V'dicha za malka, and that which did the king. Ir v'kadish nachit min shmaya. This angel and holy being that is descending, nachit min shmaya, descending from the heavens. Ve'amar, and said, Godu ilana, cut off this tree, ve'chablohi, and damage it. Beram ikar sharshoi be'ara shvuku, but the ikar, the essence of sharshohi, its roots in the land, be'ar'a shevuku. Let them remain. Azvu otam. The Targum of Shavak, azav is the word shavak in Aramaic, whatever this means. Right, be'ar'a shevuku. Ube'esor di parzel.
Shev, I guess Shev. No.
Leave alone.
Shevuku,
yeah, Shev, like, I guess, like, sit here, leave it alone, essentially, Ube'esor di parzel, and with some kind of metal, parzel is barzel, right? Parzel is iron, and with this iron chain or whatever, unechosh, and copper.
Esor, what's it? Esor
is to like tie it down.
Oh yeah.
Esor, like le'esor malchehem bezikim.
Asot, it could be similar.
Right, beditha'a dibera, in the grass of the fields outside, ubetel shmaya yitztaba. You will live and dwell in the grass of the fields outdoors, and under the heavens will be your shade. You will remain. Ve'im chavat bara chalake, and with the beasts of the field is your portion. Chelek shelcha ad di shiv'a idanin yichlefun aloi, until 7 things or 7 levels changes will occur to you. Dina fishra malka, this is the meaning, king. Ugzerat ila'a, and this is the decree of the one that is Elyon, of the alien above all physical God. If this is DaNiiEL, so many things that have to be confirmed, fully. Is this DaNiiEL? Is this a second dream? Is this whatever? Okay, we'll see hopefully at the end here. Di mata ad mari malka. This is the word. So this is the meaning, my king.
What was that? Yeah.
Dina fishra malka.
What's ugzerat?
Ugzerath ila'a, and the decree of the Elyon, and the decree of the heaven, of the one who is above, he. This is what it is.
Yeah. I got you. Okay.
He in the feminine. And then they say, di matat, that matat, all the way to the lowest level.
Oh, no.
Di matath ad mari malka, that has arrived, has descended specifically to you, my master, the king. Mari malka, my master king. Speaking to him, right? Velecha velach tardin min anasha, and into you they are going to tarad is to hold back, and that actually could be the source of the word tardy, right, which is late, right?
Yeah, you're held back,
and also to retard. On packages of like pitas, for example, you could see like it says that certain agents are added to retard the yeast so it doesn't spoil.
Correct.
It literally means to hold back. Velecha taredin min anasha, and from you are going to be held back from people. Ve'im hevat bara lehave medorah, and with the beasts of the field, bara is the outdoors, lehave will be, it should be medorah, your efo dar or gar, where you are living. Ve'ispa ketorin lah hitamun. Ve'ispa, you have the word esev hiding. Yeah. Kethorin, like shorim, like bulls. Esev is grass, right? Like bulls, grass like bulls for you will be tasting. You will be eating. Yeah, ta'am. Umital shmaya lach mitzbein, and from the dew of the heavens will be preserved or held mitzabein.
Seba.
It has the word seba in it. Yeah, it's so interesting. Until 7 things, right? Okay, you will be driven, you will be fed grass like cattle, and be drenched by the dew of the heavens. Yitztaba, you'll be that it's used to like dye clothing, dye, like to dye, mitzvah, so yeah, to color, literally to color it. You'll be colored by the waters of the heavens, you'll be all these kinds of things. Veshiva idanin yichlefun alach, and 7 seasons or time periods will be changed over you, like this. Adithinda, up until you will know.
What's idanin? Sorry.
Idanin are times, like time periods. Yichlefun alach will change over you. Ad di thinda, up until you will know and experience di shalit ila'a b'malchut enasha, that rules over, that the alien being, that God, the infinite being above the physical, rules in the kingdom of man, in the governments of man. Uleman di yatzbe yitnina, and to whoever God desires, He will give the kingdom and power and wealth and everything.
Yitzbe, di yitzbe, he will.
Yeah, yitzabeh. Hamelech asher chafetz bi'ikaro. The targum is yitzbeh, is like to want. Again, what's the difference between other words for wanting, ratzon, Uleman di yitzbeh yitnina. And to whoever God desires, He will give. And David HaMelech sums it up, of course, ve'osher ve'akavod milfanecha, and the rulers, the wealth, the power of powerful people, and the wealth of the wealthy are all from you. They're all from God's hand. God can make one person extremely rich and flip it, that they'll lose everything and it'll come to somebody else and raise them up. It's all literally in God's hand. Here Nebuchadnezzar is the king of the world. God made him above everything, destroyed his own temple, and now he's saying, just like that, I can make you literally live out homeless, living like an animal in the fields. So it says, V'di amru, and that which was said, that which they said in plural, like these angels to you, lemishpak ikar sharshoi, to leave the essence of his roots, de'ilana, of this massive tree, meaning malchutach lach kayama, the kingdom will be preserved for you, meaning the roots are in place. The tree was chopped off. You are going to lose your power right now, but your kingdom is essentially still there because the roots haven't been dealt away with. They could grow back. So min ditinda, from this that you will know, di shaltin shmaya, that the heavens rule earth, that the heavens are very much involved with earth.
One more time, the di amru mishpat. That's rich.
The di amru, and Daniel is speaking to Nebuchadnezzar. Right, and that which they said, now going back to the dream, saying, Lemishbak ikar sharshoi di ilana, to leave the essence of the roots of this tree. That
the angel said this to him, right?
Yeah, Daniel is saying now what the angel said to you, Nebuchadnezzar, that to leave those roots, right? Malchutach lach kayama, that means that your kingdom is going to be still existing. And that's actually the thing, that trees are always compared to kings in a different place. That's what it means that Shlomo knew the language of trees. He knew the secrets of kings. The Targum that says that a tree is compared to a king, and I guess this is that example drawing it.
From this you will know.
Min di tinda, and min, from this, you will know, di shaltin shmaya, that rules are the heavens, like how it would be said literally, right? That the heavens rule earth. Lahen malka, therefore king, milki yishpar Allah, may my advice, that etza, the Targum is melech, milki. So my advice yishpar, that beautiful, right? May my advice be found beautiful before you. May you like my words, essentially. V'chata'ach b'tzedakah feruk, and your sin with justice and righteousness you shall fulfill or accept. Feruk is like parak, vayifrakenu mitzarenu, that God parak otanu, He removed us from our distressors. So this chet, you with justice and righteousness will you accept.
I wonder if that was the
interesting. The name.
The root of the name, Faruk.
Right, which means to pardon or to save, kind of to split apart. Lefarek in modern Hebrew, even to split to different parts. And maybe park is like, perek. Yeah. Perek is a split in the information. Feruk,
parking
is
spot.
Parking, right? Exactly, some kind of spot that breaks away. So basically, right. He's basically saying that Nebuchadnezzar is being punished essentially for this, from what I remember now, a little bit coming back after going through the context, basically, because he said, who is the God that's going to save you from my hand, to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah before he threw him in. When he did that, by saying that, he's like, I am God, essentially, there is no God. So this is like payback. You're going to know now that God is ruling in the...
for you, to you, my king.
Right. Milki is my etza. Etzati yiyafe Allah. Yeah, milki. Yeah, I mean, if you can pull milk from like melech specifically, what would that mean and things like that. But milki is the targum of the word eitzah is milkita, because advice is essentially like a king, or a king advises, or essentially, or that's maybe the connection there. And it's interesting, eitzah, advice, has the word etz in it, and the targum is melech, and again, etz and melech are connected.
He's making sure to give respect to DaNiiEL, basically, and saying that he requested that his words will be received well by the king.
Well, no. That DaNiiEL is saying that DaNiiEL is now advising the king, and he's saying, therefore, my king, may my words and advice that I'm about to give you right now is to accept your punishment as a righteous individual and fulfill your quota, peruk, like let it become, because the chet is because the chet is attached to you now. Accept this judgment, this decree of God, essentially, that you're going to lose your kingdom, but the roots are going to be there. You're still going to be able to return. Accept this kingdom that God is paying you back, right? Ve'avyatach ve'avonecha b'michan anayin. B'michan anayin. I don't know what that is. Maybe to erase, yeah. May my advice be accepted. Redeem your sins by beneficence and your iniquities by generosity to the poor. B'michan anayin.
Oh, maybe chen.
Oh, with erasing poorness, like.
Oh wow.
B'michan anayin, I guess.
That was right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
Hen anayin hen. Oh no, yeah. Hen teheve archa.
Wow, again, the Gimel Dalet, helping the poor. This way, your sin will be removed from you, but with erasing poorness. That's why Shlomo made Yerushalayim so wealthy. He took care of Am Yisrael. He made sure that everyone was able to have more than enough, essentially.
You're rectifying David's.
Right, because Rabbi was saying essentially, right, that he shared, right. So, assuming work like that and everything.
David, just withheld the riches. I don't know. Whatever that concept may be. You're saving everything for the temple. You're saving everything for the temple.
And therefore, if you do this, hen tehave arka le shel wathach. And if you do this, is going to be an increase in your inner peace. Because after you accept this judgment and go and live out there like an animal and get rid of your kingdom and luxury and everything and forgo everything. And essentially, when you lose all your money and wealth, you're considered dead when you're living. You become, whatever. That's one of the categories. Okay? And, right, so he said to accept this, and your serenity may be extended by accepting the judgment of God, that God pays back and everything like that. Okay, so then he says, Kole mata al Nebuchadnezzar malka. Everything descended down to Nebuchadnezzar Malka, meaning that Nebuchadnezzar received this whole message that descended all the way from the heavens. All this, or kola, the English here is kola, all of this, mata, it arrived al Nebuchadnezzar Malka. All of this took place indeed. Like Nebuchadnezzar listened to DaNiiEL, and this is exactly what happened.
He took his advice, he went out to live like an animal, and
right.
He lost his kingdom for a bit and this and that. Mm-hmm.
Right, and then, so this is a break, but then it's going to continue from Nebuchadnezzar's perspective. After this whole thing took place, now months later, Nebuchadnezzar is going to introduce the next...
So when did he write the letter after this?
Right, so it's so interesting. Is this a letter, a record, now going back sort of to the top?
I think it's a good place to stop.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. It's a good place to stop just to recap, to see if it helped. The end helped with the beginning here.
Correct.
Look. Yeah, I guess this is some letter. Maybe is this after he returned or just before it happened?
Yeah, maybe he was saying like, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna do." This is where I'm.
Yeah, maybe I'm dipping. Yeah, this is a way message. It's like what happened. This is I'm telling you what happened.
I'm going. I'll be back.
Right.
I have to do what my advisor says because this is literally God's decree, like from Hashem, like
that you shouldn't die and have other things. Rather, you be alive. You lose you know,
your
obviously,
kingdom for a little bit, you're still
right.
serving.
And God says He's going to return it to you, and to show
your
you that
roots will still be there. Like,
right.
promise Him that your roots will still be there.
Okay, so I guess this may be. It's still unclear if this is the second or third vision.
This whole thing is still. It's not going to make any sense until we have all of it
right
in a certain way, and then confirmed.
Right. Okay, very good.
Thank you, yes. Whew.
Call to